Hello. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another segment of Monday Morning Coffee with Val. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm live. I want to make sure. I think the internet is buffering, but Daniela's in the house. Thank you so much. Eli, buenos dias. Good morning. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Let me know if you can see me okay. I'm in a new environment today. As you know, I hop around. I've been hopping around for 3 years. And right now I'm in the space of my dearest client, friend, and partner, Margarita Everline, the one and only marketing boss. Jacob, my nephew and godson in the house. Kelly, always so loyal to Monday Mornings Coffee with Val. Thank you so much. You have no idea the energy and the vibe that I feel once I tap into this Monday. Well, I already came from a live. I don't know if you know, but every Monday I also show up at 7:30 a.m. on LinkedIn Live with a beautiful Monday morning activation with my dearest friend and partner, Michael Mintz. If you have not witness those, it's only a 10-minute activation every Monday 7:30. We do it right up early, where I do a 5-minute meditation where we activate 2 different words every week. I actually sit in meditation, channel these 2 words in, and then I come in 5 minutes. Michael comes in 5 minutes. That's on LinkedIn Live on his feed, and he's a beautiful person, a beautiful mindset coach, and leadership is his specialty, among other things. And then speaking about our topic today, make it happen. How do you make it happen? You show up. And I am showing up. Thank you for the love, Kelly. I am showing up. And I have to say that the way the topics for these lives happen, also in prayer meditation, I get whispered what to come in and speak to you about every week, if I should bring a guest or not. I never know that it's always so related to what I am going to live. And this topic could not be so perfect. Eli, buenos dias. Thank you for being here. Because, and this is especially for you, my love, sometimes we feel like we don't have the strength to make it happen, right? We're too tired, we're too weak, we're just letting those inner voices sink in. We can make all kinds of excuses. If somebody can have excuses not to show up today, it will be me, okay? I don't know if many of you know, but I am going through some medical situations that I guess I'm too weird, too different. Doctors can't really figure me out, and so I'm just expecting and claiming for a miracle. So all that is cleared, and in the meantime, I want to have a drum roll. Kelly, go ahead and tap. Drum roll. Tomorrow it is happening, right? We're making it happen. That is the pre-launching of our book. I say our book. Sometimes I write our book and people wait, who else is writing it with you? I'm like Source and me. But I say our book because I am only a transcriber. You watching me, you being present, you that have invited me to speak in your audience, you that you smile and show up to allow me to be a vessel of love in your life, you that perhaps are watching this later, you all are part of this book. And that's why I say our book, right? That's what I mean by that. And now, before I tap into the juice, I used to say the meat of the topic. Since I don't eat meat, I don't want to say meat. And to the juice of it all, I do want to share with you guys how beautiful, I don't know if you can see it. There it is. It's the journey back into your heart, how to live in love with you, your life, and your path. Of course, this morning I already uploaded a video telling you what it is about. And tomorrow, because we're really working with high frequency energies and specifically angelical energies, we are pre-launching the book on the 11th at 11:11 a.m. Eastern Time for $1.11, reaching at least 111 people. Will you be one of them, is the question. This is actually a book that is not for me. It's written for those that just tap into the energy of this book and the blessing of this book, and will be a vessel to others by sharing or you reading, and of course sharing the knowledge. I do want to say that 10% of this book is actually going to a beautiful children's home in Kenya that I was blessed to be there last year. I will share soon the landing page and how in the world am I here today, and how am I actually making it happen to show up today. I could have just canceled. I probably, let me think, I slept an hour and a half, and it's been about 2-3 hours, max 4 hours of sleep for the last week. Now, some people might say, well, that's not healthy, and you talk about taking care of yourself, you're not taking care of yourself. There are times in life where there's no excuses, no question asked, and you make it happen. And this was one of them. I was determined to honor the timeline that I was gifted. I'm not attached to it. I just really felt strongly that it had to be tomorrow. I have some live events in Atlanta, and I needed to get this done. And despite of some things going on behind the scenes, a friend also made it happen for me and showed up and supported me. I have other people calling me up. What do you need, Val? How can I be of service to you? Of course, Fed is in the house. He was a great support to me during this whole thing. But let's talk about really, despite of having every single excuse not to show up or make it happen, right? For me, my health situation, or the lack of sleep, tiredness, and I could just say, I'm sorry, I'm not coming live. Something came up. But when you are committed to make it happen and you show up, beautiful things evolve. You defeat the challenge, you learn from it. It's not really defeating. You are like doing a synergy of co-creation to make things flow. And it's not just for you, because when you shine, you make others shine. And when others thrive, it's also a synergy, a beautiful energy that is tapped into you. So when we make it happen, there are a couple of things that I want to go through. What happens is, like, you are building trust. You make it happen. You said you would do something. It doesn't matter if there's a storm, if you have to get out of your way, find internet 5 towns over, you build trust, right? Because people are relying on you. People are depending on you, on your timeline. You don't know the impact it can happen if you don't show up, if you don't make it happen. And also, guess what? It's not just that. You will miss out on learning, acquiring a new lesson, right? So building trust is huge. It's even with yourself. You build trust with yourself. You push yourself. You can do it. There, you don't take no for an answer, right? Now, of course, if there are universal signs that are saying, do not go there, it's not safe, you will be hurt, make the change, then you have to tap into the energy of it and recognize it and honor it. Okay? For me, it was more the energy of recognizing why so many doors were closing or so many things were happening, and it brought me to bring awareness of something still lingering that I thought I had cleared out, that I had not. Okay? So the other aspect, so it helps you when you make it happen and you show up, you're building that trust. You are also developing discipline. You develop discipline. The clock is ticking, is not waiting for you, right? And you show up even in the hardship. In fact, more in the hardship, because it's in those moments that you are really understanding new traits and abilities that you did not know you had. I can have weak arms right now, which it's a true statement. But if I'm in the middle of the ocean and with a boat, I'm sure I'm going to pull and row like no other. If I see a shark coming, I built the strength. I received the strength, from source, from whatever your belief system is, to actually understand new abilities, new things that you can make happen, new likes, new dislikes. You find out who's there, who's your tribe, who's showing up, who's not. And this is beautiful. I have learned so much about my community while this health situation is going on, and some of the behind the scenes situation to have this pre-launching tomorrow. Okay, so we talked about building trust, we talked about developing discipline, and now let's talk about building confidence. Building confidence. So you, when you're building confidence, this builds confidence when you make things happen, and you actually become more clear on the abilities that you have, and that's a beautiful trait to have and develop. So all this just by making it happen. Just by making it happen. I'm going to share with you another personal story as I go more or less defining these beautiful points that I've learned through just showing up and making it happen. In November, I actually got in a motorcycle accident, and exactly the day that I was flying to Puerto Rico to deliver a conference and then to London to receive an award. And I had all the excuse. Here's the mark. I'm not lying. It was pretty brutal in my leg and my arm and everything. And of course, I was just going to get some juice in the market and then get my bags and go to the airport. Then I had this accident. Okay, it was 3 hours before my flight. And when I was lying in the cement, and I'm telling you, there's blood everywhere, all I said was, thank you for allowing me to get on this plane. Thank you for allowing me to show up and make it happen for my clients, for me, to be honest, because for me to go up on different stages and teach and travel and meet beautiful people, it's a service to me as well. And I did not know if it was broken or, if my injuries were, I don't know what the status was. I just knew. I knew I was going to make it happen. In fact, I said to myself, I pray it's not broken, but if it is, I'm sure they can put something to stabilize it, and I can give my lecture and then in Puerto Rico go to the hospital, which actually that's what I ended up doing. I went with all the wounds and everything, delivered my conference, and then straight to the hospital. And the hospital, they said, you still have another lecture to give tonight. And I was like, what? And I did show up for that lecture. And the next day, I traveled to London. Okay, so you got to find your drive. You got to find your why. You must tap into what would this ask the questions, right? What would this look like to you if you don't show up? What would that look like to you, to your clients? What synergy, what co-creation can you build from making it happen and not taking no for an answer? What would it take for you to understand the magic of passing gracefully or not gracefully through the hardship to make it happen and show up? You see, of course, my loved one said, go ahead and cancel. They'll understand. You had a motorcycle accident. And I said, no, I'm showing up. And when I arrived with my clients, Gersh Academy, if you're hearing me, in Puerto Rico, a beautiful, beautiful school for autistic children or children with autism. And they said, are you sure you can deliver? I said, I'm going to deliver more than ever. I'm going to deliver more than ever, right? So you find your push, you find your why. As soon as I saw those children, as soon as I saw that school, the commitment that the teachers had, all the parents that were waiting for me, the joy and the happiness that they were giving me when I walked in there, I promise you, even my level of pain diminished. The amount of love I received going through customs and getting on this plane to go to London, and all friends that I made in London that I didn't even meet, because I made it happen, they made it happen for me. The synergy that happens of bringing in the people that will be there for you, just the same way you're showing up and you're making it happen for others. You see, my loves, my Jacqueline is in the house. Now I'm pumping it up. I'm going to step it up a notch. I know you just came in. You got to go back and hear this, love. This is a good one for you and I. Speaking about making it happen, Jacqueline, my friend from Ireland, I was in London, and she stopped her life, and a lot of things were going on with her house and children and husband and all of that. And there was a big chance that she would not come to this trip in London. She was just coming to support me to receive this award, and she made it happen. So you can also please, yeah, there's no synchronicity. Put in the chat what moves you to this topic of making it happen. Has there been a situation in your life where you just said, you know, I have a good excuse, I'm not going to show up? Perhaps because you might think that you are not ready enough for a presentation, or prepared enough for a test, or you can manage the topic well if you're going to get up on stage. Whatever it is that you might pull on a fear to not making it happen. But I'm telling you, my loves, when you do not show up, who tells you that that opportunity will arise again? Who? How do you know it's going to come up again? I cannot tell you there. I could not even dream of not living what Jacqueline and I call her my Jacqueline, lived in London, right? I remember that, you know, she was there also to care for me. One morning I didn't wake up. I mean, I was just probably all the pain and all the adrenaline, and she, you know, knocked on my door. Get up, we're getting out, we're going to get some food. So I was able to tap into her service to me and unconditional love. She got to meet some amazing people, and the universe conspires on your side when you make it happen and you show up. Whether you see the results now or you see those results later, you will find out the blessing, the gifts, and all the traits and wisdom lessons that you learn by showing up and making it happen. Okay, so we talked about that it brings building trust. We talked about that it also develops discipline, and we also talked about that it allows us to build confidence. So what other things do you think this does to you, right? When you just make it happen, your self-esteem, right? Your self-esteem is just rising because you did that extra mile, or you made that extra effort to make it happen. And when you're trying to make something happen and life situations get in the way, you can have two scenarios. You use that as an excuse to not show up, or you seek within you strengths that you did not know you even had. And the satisfaction that you receive when you pulled against the current, when you beat your fears, and I don't even appreciate the word beat because it means like you have to go against. When you understand your fears, then you understand the power of making it happen. Just like for us, tomorrow, I know Kelly, who was here, I think she's still here, helped me edit some of the chapters of the book, and just people that have been close to me through this journey. Listen, I underestimated the work behind writing a book. I really did. I thought I could just sit in meditation and just write, hire somebody to edit and format. My beautiful editor, Mila Haru, I know she's amazing. She's in Spain. She helped me through this whole journey. There is my Kelly. And the people that you least expected show up for you. Sorry, I have to have a sip. I told you guys I have 2 hours of sleep on me. But you see the energy that I tap into. As my friend said last night, Val, please just don't show up. It's okay. People will understand. You're always there, rain or shine. No, I'm not doing this just for you to give me a check mark and say, oh, Val is so committed and she shows up every Monday, rain or shine. This is my vitamin as well. Don't get me wrong. This energy that I'm feeling with the people that are joining me on Jenny Sharpley and Juan, everyone that is here or gives me feedback later, is my drive, is my motive. It's the way you make it happen for me. You make it happen for me. Oh, Kata's here. Thank you so much for being here. She's another beautiful person who has offered support through this madness that is going on. So it's 2 different ways to look at this. You make it happen to get things done in pro of you, or you understand that it's not for you, that anything that you do for you, you're making it happen for others. And when others make things happen for themselves, it happens for you. Because I will always speak about that we really are one with all. one with the universe. And when we understand that oneness and the importance of that oneness, then we really understand the true meaning of living. And this is a celebration. I have to pause because my cousin, Mig, is in the house. She's there in Spain. I just talked about Spain. My editor is in Spain, but I haven't seen her in any of my lives. And this is a very special moment. So you see, she made an effort to make it happen and show up today. And I know, just because she's so connected to my soul, that for whatever reason she felt that that was going to be it for me. I had to crawl out of bed today, but knowing that I had this time to connect with all of you now gives me so many beautiful blessings, like her presence and all your presence here. So what were the limited beliefs that you were putting in your life, in your spirit, to hang on to an excuse to not make it happen? When have you been through a situation that you just decided to go that easy way and I have an excuse not to make it happen? Can you recognize and just be gentle with yourself and just recognize those moments and understand where they're coming from? And ask yourself, when was a previous time before this particular time that you felt that you didn't make it happen, that you just felt so weak, not good enough, not supported enough, not seen enough? Now I come with new energy, with new words of wisdom. Of course, this book is going to give you all the ins and outs. And please rest assured that I'm not here to become rich out of a book. This book, actually 10% goes to Children's Victor's Home in Africa, in Kenya. My dear friend Mary, who has this beautiful project there, and she's making it happen for those children. I'm telling you, this is more about sharing consciousness. This is more about passing on the light. This is about making it happen for someone else. This is it. And speaking of making it happen, I do want to honor Mary, who is the founder of Victor's Children's House in Kenya. So this woman lost her husband and her child, and she was devastated, obviously. And all of a sudden, you know that there's a lot of poverty in Africa. I mean, in a lot of places in the world, but she just had this void, this sadness, this deep, she couldn't get over this. And so she started inviting and nurturing and loving one child, 2, 3, 4, in her own place, okay? In a very humble place. She then just moved to a bigger place where she started just asking for donations to help these children. And as we speak, Victor's Children's Home, which I will share the video on social media soon, has 58 children that she has taken under her wings and live in 3 bedrooms. 3. They don't have a bathroom. They don't have a proper shower. They don't have a proper kitchen. And she makes it happen. When I was there last year and I fell in love with this cause, I said, Mary, how do you do it? And she said to me, you just make it happen. You just make it happen. And I said, do you always get enough donations to feed 58 children and all the behind the scenes that happens with this work? Because I know it. I've been involved enough in so many service projects, especially orphanages or children's homes. And she said, no, I don't. But guess what? I get on the buses and I preach the word of the Lord. She has a Bible with her and she gets tips. And with those tips, she makes it happen for those children. She makes sure they are not hungry. What is your reason for not showing up, my loves? What was your reason for not showing up? Because I truly believe that as of today on, you will think twice before giving up and allowing those inner voices to raise their volume and not show up and make it happen for you. So I do see new people coming in here. Thank you so much. If you don't mind telling me where you're tuning in from. And for those that just came in, it's a powerful live. I usually don't make it more than 30 minutes. I do encourage you to go back and hear the beginning of this. And of course, if this is of service to you, share it or like, comment. These small acts of love, a simple hi, a simple dot, a simple thumbs up, a simple heart, allows this transmission to reach more people. And I'm just here to really share the love and light to as many people as I can. So I'm going to summarize some of the points that I shared at the beginning, just so that you can take this with you. And of course, if you have any questions whatsoever, let me know in the chat or message me afterwards. We're talking about making it happen and showing up for you and what it brings to you. So we talked about it. It allows you to build trust, right? By holding yourself accountable and making it happen. You people that you work with, or the people that you are attracting to in your life, you are building this bond of trust, and they are relying on you. And we talked about developing also discipline, right? You show up despite of the hardship, despite of the thunder, despite of what is going on. And just like I shared with all of you, the behind the scenes for me to be able to show up today. And it also allows us to build confidence. And by building confidence, we master whatever our abilities, right? It builds up more self-esteem. And the stronger we feel, the more empowered we feel, the more people we bring into our lives that are in that same feeling and frequency and energy, okay? Oh, Jenny Sharpley is from South Africa, Cape Town. Thank you so much. I love for you. Thank you so much for telling me. And that little act of kindness gets our life going. So I do appreciate the love there. So one more time, I'm here and making it happen. Remember, I'm not making it happen for you. I'm making it happen for me too. Because the synergy of tapping into being a vessel of love or inspiration, even for one person, as I always say, my mentor and teacher, Dr. Shafali, and she has a beautiful lesson on one is a million. Luz, thank you so much for joining. We're at the end of our live, but please be sure to tap into the review or the replay of this. And I cannot wait for you to see where these words, this inspiration, this knowledge that I share with you today will bring to you. And the next time you want to latch on to an inner voice that is not for your highest service, not to make it happen for you or for others, I ask you kindly to take a pause, to take 3 breaths, 3 conscious breaths, to ask as many questions as you can until you get to the bottom of what is that excuse or that situation that you're tapping in, that perhaps you're not pushing yourself a little harder to experience the beauty and the knowledge that happens when you do show up and make it happen. So without further ado, my loves, I am here ending another segment of Monday Morning Coffee with Val, this time on the topic of making it happen. I pray that you also come tomorrow. I will be live here on Instagram. It's not announced, but now I am announcing it, that at 11:11 Eastern time tomorrow, where I will be doing the pre-launch officially of the book. I'm seeking at least 111 people to come in, to tap into this beautiful dream come true, the journey back into your heart, how to live in love with you, your life, and your path. And it is tomorrow where the actual date, we can make this happen for just $1.11. You see, we're tapping into the frequency of numerology. Thank you, Kelly. We did it, baby. We did it. You were a huge contribution. I honor you. I see you. I love you. And I love you all. And thank you. Until next Monday. But see you tomorrow to launch with all your synergy, energy, and your love, a project for humanity. This is not for me. This is not. It's written from a place of so much love, so much oneness, and pretty much a book that is channeled by Source. Thank you so much. Until next time. Namaste, everyone.